Zimbabwe is a country endowed with many natural resources. The vast mineral deposits can turn the fortunes of millions of Zimbabweans if they are managed correctly. Zimbabwe Environmental Law Association, a public interest environmental law organization, is promoting a gender-inclusive mining sector where economical independent women in mining communities have decent work resource ownership with access to markets and participation in decision-making processes along mining value chains. Women in different mining communities in Zimbabwe are being impacted with training that is changing their lives and transforming their communities. Nomshle Ncube from Bubi in Matabeleland North is a leading miner who has embraced the training to change her life and others in her community.
As women in mining, we were trained by Zela on OECD principles, which is advocating for safety and responsible mining. So about 20 women were trained on responsible mining, and women can do it. And it was really hard for us as women to strike any chances or opportunities which would be brought for us as an association. But because of the position which I am in and the training which I got, I'm able to stand and advocate for other women. As women, most of us, we are practicing safety. We are really trying to implement what we were trained by upgrading our mines, even our workers. Most of us have also timbered their shafts, and the boys are also practicing safety precautions in whatever they are doing. Our boys are able to do first aid to their counterparts, their colleagues, in case anything can happen. The results are being seen that a lot of accidents are being minimized and the production has improved. We have managed to do timbering into our shafts. For example, myself, I have managed to outsource the gum poles from Shangani for timbering purposes. It's really expensive, which shows that life also is very expensive. We have to value life at the expense of production. Really, women are an asset. They are doing something outside there. I've got one of the youth who is now working at Queen's Mine. He's in grade 12 there, of which having a position of being a grade 12 worker in the mining sector is really a high rank.
Tando Ncube is a young trained mineral processor and metallurgist working for a big mining corporation. She highlights her experiences.
I have been attending the Women Can Do It trainings, which simply advocates for gender equality. And it is these trainings that have had a very great impact on my life as a small-scale miner, as a youth in mining. These trainings have given us the confidence and the full belief in ourselves that we are able to do what men can do, and that nothing can prevent us from getting ourselves involved in projects that we grew up being told that these are for men. Those trainings have also taught us on how to take good care of the environment during our mining activities, on how to protect environment at the same time protecting the workers. The challenges mainly faced in our industry is that you are constantly being looked down upon by men. So you constantly have to prove your abilities, your strength. So before you join in the industry, it's always very wise to be fully equipped with such knowledge that you're going to an environment where you have to constantly prove yourself. Due to those Women Can Do It trainings, 3 in every 5 women in mining are following these safety precautions by, for example, buying full PPE for their workers, ensuring that the driller they hire is someone who's qualified for that job, as it is one of the most dangerous jobs at a mine. So they ensure that the person they are hiring is someone who's fully trained. They also give knowledge which helps in prevention of accidents in mines. as workers are fully equipped with PPE to protect them from any dangers in their working environment.
Women miners in Filabusi are working hard to change their fortunes. Sibongile Ndlovu from Filabusi in Matabeleland South shares her story.
Kulenhlupho esike sahlangana lazo njengabomama endaweni yensiza sagebha sananzelela ukuthi bakhona omama ngaphandle ngale abathwele nzima abangenelisa ukuziphilisa. Sasesibona ukuthi sizame labo ukuthi bengene ku-mining. Sike sazama i-association leyi iminyaka ethize edluleyo sehluleka. Wazi ukuthi mhla ka-12 December saba lezifundo esaba lazo ekhansilini. Usisikundayi wabuya wasifundisa ngazo ukuthi singomama we can do it. Singakwenza lathi singomama, singahlanganelana singabomama singene ku-women in mining. Ngokufundisa esakwenzayo kusiphakamise kakhulu ngoba sesingabomama abafika 97 khathesi. Engikutsho ukuthi kusincedile imfundiso lezi esazitholayo ukuthi njengabomama lingakwenza lina lilodwa. So sa practice konke ukuthi sikwenze. Khathesi sesenelise ukuthi sihlanganelane njengabomama. Sibumbi association le sathola izimayini esizitholileyo. Lapho esizithole khona besihamba omama sibafaka nga-666 per claim. Ngithanda ukubonga i-training esaba layo mhla ka-12 December ngoba isiphakamise kakhulu njengabomama ukuthi sesisenelisa ukuthi singakwenza sisodwa singabomama. Sikhangelele futhi ukuthi siqhubeke sisiba lama trainings anjengawana lana esaba lawo ngoDisemba.
Kundai Chikonzo is one of the success stories of the interventions by Zela. She narrates how she has grown and impacted the growth of other women in her area.
This is not an easy road to penetrate in the male-dominated industry. To start with, we've got issues of being looked down upon. It can be the stakeholders, the society itself. Those were the negative challenges that I was facing as a woman. Further to that, I also faced those financial constraints and also lack of knowledge on how to properly set up and how to confidently taking the vision into practice. Those were the challenges that I was facing. Then also the challenges of working with males. So you'll be the only woman, 90% will be male. I was able to overcome confidently these challenges through trainings from Zela. And also I've been trained on leadership skills through this Women Can Do It. And also responsible sourcing through OECD training. Not only responsible sourcing, but also to divert even much of what you are getting from this, to diversify your risk. There are goats here, there's poultry as well. Then I'm looking forward also, now that we're on the rainy season, to also do a gardening there, up there, for the maize, for the team. Okay, these trainings have provided me with the trainer manuals, the trainer guidance, which I was also used to train other women. So I was able to impact what I was trained by Zela to these women, who also now went on in June 2021 to form their association called Insiza Women in Mining Association. There are now 97 women that have joined the association. They were also able to register 9 claims. They are aiming to register 16 claims for these women. I can now estimate 95 women that have benefited from my practice, that have benefited from the Women Can Do It training through Zela. And they are also now practicing that. On average, for a mine to run, for a shaft, just one shaft in one milling site to run, we'll be looking at 6 workers under you. Look at the numbers, look at the multiple numbers of people who are benefiting from this training. I'm looking forward to a continuation of this training because of the benefits that I've highlighted. And also taking into consideration the impact of the COVID-19, I believe that the numbers could even multiply, but due to the restrictions that we have on the COVID-19 pandemic, the numbers are the numbers that we have already spoken about.
Zhishawana is a mineral-rich community where a number of women miners have been empowered to navigate in the male-dominated mining business environment.
Tiri kusangana nemutengo wakanyanya kuderera pachrome. Tinotengesa $45 asi tichihaya machinery yemachina $200. Zvinova zvinhu zvinotigozhera. Mari yacho hapana chatinokwanisa kuita nayo, ikungobva muruoko ichienda muchikafu. Saka hapana chimwe chinhu chatinokwanisa kuita. Asi nekuda kwekutrainwa neWomen Can Do It yatikatirainwa neZela, tiri kunzwa kufara zvakanyanyisa nokuti tava kuziva, takutaura zvinhu zvedu tisingatyi nokuti takadzidziswa kuti patinotaura tinofanirwa kunzwika mavoisi edu, tinofanirwa kutaura tisingatyi, tinofanirwa kutaura tine confidence yezvinhu zvatinofanirwa kuita. Saka iko zvino takutaura, takuenda kumaofisi, hatichamiriri kutuma nhume yekuti inotimiririra, takunozvimirira tiri tega. Seizvezvizvi ndadobva kuGweri kunotsvaga mabhaya anotenga chrome. Ndikabva ndauya nawo paground. Akasvika achitaura price yawo isingaita kuti $35, $30 nekuda kuti chrome yenyu igrade riri pasi. Ine kuziva kuti kungoda kuzama kutidzvanyirira, ndikati muri free kudzokera kuGweru nokuti handitengesi chrome senge ndiri kutengesa sadza. Ndabva ndaramba nechrome yangu zvachose chose. Ndakutonotsvaga futi zvemamwe mabhaya nokuti ndakuziva nzvimbo dzokusvika.
Ndine makore 51 okubereko. Ndakatanga kumaina 1999 ndichimaina ndiri mukorokosa. Ndobva ndazowana migodhi pandiri pano pandakamira nhasi. Ndopandaakuchera samaina ari registered. Pamining chaipo tanga tichingomaina tisingatereri migodhi, taigona kuita makore 3 tisingatereri, tisingakoshesi mutemo. Asi takazodzidza kuti unofanira kuterera pagore. Tikadzidziswa futi kuti tive tinoyanana nemaRDC edu, makanzuro, kubhadhara mitero yemukanzuro. Ikatipa futi ushingi taitotiza kana iri ema taitovavanda uye tasingatombodi kuona vanhu veema. Asi neWomen Can Do It takabva tava neukama neema. Izvozvi kutaura kudai maassociation yedu mune vanhu 5 vakakwanisa kubhadhara EMP yeema. Zvanga zvisina ambokwanisika kana kuti papasina kana 1 akambeya abhadhara, taingoita basa rokungotisa vanhu veema. Women Can Do It yakatibatsira futi pakazouya COVID-19. Takabva tashandisa ruzivo kuya kwatatadziswa kuWomen Can Do It kuita mabhizinesi omudzimba okutotengeserana mudzimba. Paassociation yedu pane vanhu 8 vari kutopfuwa huku izvozvi. Women Can Do It yakatidzidzisa futi kuti tiite mikando. Izvozvi kutaura kudai takatokandirana magirosari. Ndofunga takazoita 12 kana 13 handizivi pana secretary. Vakakwanisa kutoti izvozvi kana December wasvika zviya zvokuti January disease hatina. Tisati tapinda paWomen Can Do It shuwa zvakatooma. Taiva takangotofanana nemakorokosa because hapana chinhu changa chakanakira kana kuhurumende papasina, nokuti zvinhu zvataingoita zvaya zvinhu zvokungotokiyakiya. Asi zvino takazopuwa ruzivo gokuti panofanira kuva nesafety. Vakomana vopfeka ma-PPE avo, ma-worksuit, ma-helmet. Hapana mukomana anopinda mushaft asina helmet. Safety ndo yatakanyanya kubata chaizvo zvokuti zvino hatitombotarisiri kana kuti pangawana njodzi.
The Women Can Do It training has produced powerful results where all women who have been trained are positively changing their narratives. Chiedza Chipangura is a young firebrand who has been empowered by the training. This has allowed her to operate and manage her business effectively.
I'm one of the women who were trained amongst the first group of 20 women. That program is aimed at empowering women with skills and knowledge pertaining to their rights within the mining sector as well as in the community, rights that enable us to operate in different environments. We were also trained on how to be able to identify problems, come up with solutions, address the problems through the right channels, using the right skills. The program was a real eye-opener for us because after that training, we went on to implement what we were taught. Further to that, we were also trained early this year in 2021. We were also part of the OECD program. The OECD program endeavors to empower women and motivate them into getting involved into various businesses for the upliftment of livelihoods, for poverty alleviation, for involvement in the economic growth of our country. That program as well taught us a lot. We learned so much about responsible sourcing. We learned a lot about the legal ways of getting our businesses registered. We also learned about the correct way of addressing situations and challenges. We were taught about systems, how to operate our mines as a business, and as well as how to operate within specified systems so that our businesses are sustainable. After the training, we went and formed a Women Miners Association, Women Empowerment in Mining Zimbabwe. With this association, we brought in women who were not already in mining, who were aspiring to be miners. As I speak today, we've got more than 25 women who are mining, and on a weekly basis, they are extracting about 10 tons of chrome. You know, every woman, after the expenses and all, they're making something like 150 to 200 US dollars, money which they never used to make. It is very important that we train the miners, especially the mine owners, in safe mining methods, because the number of fatalities in the mining sector has been so disappointing. In Mashonaland West Province, in the last 3 years, reports claim that more than 200 artisanal miners have died due to mining accidents. We want to minimize that, because when there are mining accidents, whether it's at my mine or it's the next person's mine, as a woman I'm affected. It also hinders production. It means you're away from your workplace. You can't monitor your production. So it is better for us to be involved in safety training, and when we train the miners and their employees, it means we are closing in the gap, we are reducing the risk. I'm wearing a pink helmet to show off that we understood the importance of women involvement in the mining sector. October has been the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. As I'm wearing pink, I'm saying we are in solidarity with all those who are suffering from breast cancer. And we are also saying any woman, no matter you're a miner, you can suffer from breast cancer. We are encouraging women miners to go for testing as well. I'm also wearing this pink work suit. I got my designer to work on this one so that it stresses the point. We stamp our presence in the sector. You rarely find a man wearing a pink helmet because they think it's feminine. We are not denying being female, but we are saying we too can do it. We can be part of this mining sector.
Women across Zimbabwe have proved that it is possible to realize social justice and combat inequality in the mining sector. Combating these ills and empowering women in mining can go a long way in turning around local economies and the greater national fiscus, turning the country into a middle-income economy as per government aspirations.